Hello Nuggles and the Frenchels, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my kitchen. And on this Friday, it's Friday, right? Yes, we're going to be taking a break from Pokemon deck videos to look at the new cards coming when? August 3rd. The expansion set is called Celestial Storm. Guess what? We know every single card in that expansion. Have you took a look? I'll put the link in the description. But it's going to have Japan's pet of Charisma of the Wrecked Sky and Champion Road. And we have all the card lists for Charisma of the Wrecked Sky and Champion Road. So let's take a look at them. So I am going to be rating them. Okay, so here is my rating system. Here we go. It's out of a 5. A 5 is your deck staple. I'm only giving those to trainers. A 4 is, I can take you to the meta, expect to play against Buzzwole and all that, and get a decent win rate. You're probably a pretty good GX that's coming. That's a 4. 3, you're kind of fun. Maybe not at that level, but very, there's a fun factor, some kind of fun factor, or you do something that's good, a niche. So anything that's not a 3 is bad. So 2 is, it's not fun, but it probably works enough. They're probably the same cards, which we'll take a look at those. And 1, you're probably trash, but you might be able to do something, so we'll keep you there. And 0 is absolutely trash. So yeah, there are gonna be plenty of those, but we'll see. We will see. Moving on, let's take this out of the way, and we're gonna go to our very first card. We're gonna do it in order so I can keep track. All right, moving on. We should start it. Treecko, Quagsire, and Sceptile. Number 1, very first card we look at is like, yeah, good thing I'm a good card. Not too bad. Here we go. Nature's Power. Anybody with a grass energy can't be hurt by Ultra Beast. Sorry, Buzzwole. Sorry, Ultra Necrozma. Necrozma's okay. He's not an Ultra Beast. So, yeah, it's going to be auto victory against some of those if you have a Sceptile. But that's so specific. There are a lot of good decks that are not Ultra Beasts. And let's take a look at Powerful Storm. Ooh, it's Xerneas Break moves. The more energies, any kind of energies, double colorless, the more that you have, the more damage it does. Now with Xerneas Break, that thing does one-shot GX Pokemons, but it has something to help it set it up easily. I don't see it in the grass side. It's gonna be tough, so that's the biggest limiter. Alright, so you know what we're gonna give you? We're gonna give you a 3. There is a fun factor, and there is, a meta factor towards. Well, you might earn yourself to a 4, but I think your stats are total 3. 140. Scaling is rough. We're gonna move on. We have a lot of cards. Next up, oh yeah, first GX Shiftry. You know how many of these cards are printed? Check expanded. Just type in Shiftry into your computer, and then you'll just say, oh my gosh. Now you have a GX. Why do we love you so much? Anyways, 240 HP. Yep. Stage 2 level. So first attack, Perplex. Your opponent's confused. Confused never goes away. It has to be removed because you cannot risk that. Great, best status effect for 1 energy. Moving on, Extra Sensory, 90 plus 90 if you have the same amount of cards holding as your opponent. Give it a choice band, 210, and now you will blow up all the GXs in the meta. This meta, right now. So, one-shot KO, reasonable, very reasonable energy cost. We'll give you a 4. Don't even have to look at your GX. Probably won't use your GX. You pick one big Pokemon with lots of energies and stuff attached to it, and it goes back to the deck. Why not just kill it? Yeah, you get 2 prize cards. You don't have to do Pandemonium GX. Although it's a throwback to that one Dark Shiftry deck that was too overpowered. So, anyways, this here. We're giving 4. I would take it in the meta, and I would easily get some wins out of that right now. So moving on, let's take a look at this. Not the hit points. Checking, double checking. This is a 1. Why? Look at the hit points. Look at the damage. It's not there. It has a 1 because you can discard all special energies. So one day there's a deck with all special energies, and this would hurt it. Other than that, you'll probably be in the trash. Moving on, Volbeat and Illumise. They have a combo. Let's see. If your Illumise did Pheromone Sign, it now has a 2-shot for 1 energy. Okay, it dies in 1 hit, and this is... Now the enemy is confused. The combo's pretty weak. I don't see myself even doing this just for fun. There's no fun factor, so it doesn't even get a 3. We're going to put this at between a 1 or a 2. I'm going to give it 2 because I think you can pull it off reasonably. It only costs 1 energy to try, but why would you do that? It's at 2. Moving on, Tropius. Find a friend, it's Pokemon Catcher. I'm sorry, fan club. You use up an energy, which you don't with a Alolan Vulpix, but these go straight to your... Wait, hang on. Oh, they go straight to your hand. Okay, it's a Alolan Vulpix with an energy. I don't think I'll use this. This is a 1, because that effect is useful, but you never use it. It's near trash. So, moving on, Delmise. You know, usable hit points, usable damage, has the effect that you can't attack again. This is like these boring things that you'll see a lot but have the same stats. This is a 2. You could use it, but why? Well, it's not that fun. There's no fun factor in that one. Moving on, Blaziken GX. Oh, we know that if it has GX, this should be interesting. Here we go. 240 HP. Good enough. Slash 60. You're forgiven for having a first attack. It's 60 damage, choice band 92 with KO. Actually, that's not too bad. Yeah. Okay, explosive kick, 1-shot KO. You lose 2 fire energies. How very fire energy Pokemon like? Fire Pokemon like? That's okay. You get a 1-shot kill. Yes. Is it 3 energies? Reasonable to charge up. 1-shot kill with choice band. Very sure 1-shot kill. You don't even need choice band to get the meta. All right, the GX is. I got this up. I don't have anything else. I need something fast. Slow your opponent down. Discard 2 energies. Now, things like Malamud, there's just a lot of decks that don't care about their energies being removed. Sure, it'll slow them down, maybe a bit, but it's alright. It's alright. It's what you do when you got nothing else. So, overall, if I took this to the meta, I think I do have a build to make a stage 2, set up reasonably 5 energies. There is a new Blaziken coming that helps discharge energies. It's playable enough. If I want to be safe, I'll give it a 3, but I think I can get a decent amount of wins, so I might give it a 4. I don't think it's going to be popular, though. Hold off of that. I'll let you earn that 4. We're going to give it a safe 3. You're definitely fun to do, and you will net me some wins. So, moving on. Just don't want to give too much faith before we try. Here we go, Torkoal. What do? Discard 4 cards. And if you're lucky to get fire energies, they go straight to your Pokemon. Everything else is gone. And what is this here? Enough damage with a choice band, and the burn is about like 100. Okay, energy cost. This is a 2. It's one of those boring cards that they're gonna look the same, just like that Delmise there. Moving on. Or Choreo. Lysander's effect. Yeah, 1 energy, and the enemy is now confused and burnt. Cool. Would you ever put this in a deck? I don't know. It depends how annoying. It looks like it could be annoying. Would you still reasonably all the other nice stuff out there? Probably not. We'll give this a 1. You're barely useful. I don't expect this. I mean, yay! Hey, this looks. It looks cool. But I still don't think I'd make bench space for this, or even try to use it. We'll see. Back in a niche deck, maybe. Moving on. Swampert, 160 HP. But the ability here is a more powerful version of Zoroark's. It's a stage 2, though. So I don't know how much of these you'll be sticking in your deck. And the energy cost is more, the damage is less, unless you're using a water deck. And charging this with 3 water energies, I don't know, man. However, we need to look at the effect. You discard a card. You get 3 cards. This is extremely good. I mean, your setup is going to be very, very nice. And, with Aqua Patches, you can get this reasonably going to fight. It's not Zoroark. Zoroark is much faster to charge up. And it really does fit much smoother than this one will. So, we're giving you 3. You have a fun factor to you. You will be usable enough to get wins with, so, but to, really dominate, I don't know about that, but the quality is definitely very good here. This one, the more, I'll let you earn your 4 during when you come out. Here we go. Now, this one's interesting. Look at the hit points. That is stage 1 GX, and that is not a GX. Energy cost 4. That may look tough, but there's a new Quagsire coming that's going to help a lot with that. We'll keep in mind for Quagsire when I talk about it, okay? So Quagsire, but look at the damage, 200, but if it's wounded, then it does a lot less. But this with a choice man as a one-shot KO, there really isn't any penalty unless it gets shot, but you can max potion up. There is a good combo with this. I'll just have to show you what that Quagsire is, and then you'll be able to piece it up. This is like a... Oh. You have to earn your 4. I will give you a 3. You have a big fun factor, and I know this will be easy to pull off to sync those GX Pokemons that don't know what this card does. So, moving on. Huntail. Let's take a look at this. It has a 120 conditional on a basic. Stats are okay enough. This is a 2. It is boring. There's nothing special about that. Moving on, Gorbibus and Luvdisc. Let's see. Prevent all damage by Pokemon that evolve. No retreat. Oh, you know that's. You have a tip of use with this, just having no retreat, and you have an annoying move with Choice Band. I almost want to give you a 3. I think I could find a niche for this card. We're gonna give you a 3, but you know, it feels somewhere around a 2. But the free retreat combos with Guzma, the little effect could be annoying if your opponent has the weird setup. And just, you know, poke. Give it a choice, man. Do 60. I think it does have a niche. Moving on, Luvdisc. Oh. Choose a number up to your opponent's bench and put them onto your bench. So you copy your opponent's bench and set it up. And next turn, they can start evolving. That's the big... Would I play this over a Vulpix? The thing is, Vulpix, you can't start evolving. And this, maybe. It depends on your opponent too. There's a big reliability tied string attached to this. I'm gonna give it a 1 for now. I'm gonna give it a 1. It wouldn't be a nice move to go first with, but after that, during the middle of the game, it's trash. So moving on, I think I would just use a nest ball at this point. Yeah, don't use this. Just put a nest ball. Moving on, Regeis. 120, your opponent cannot play stadiums if this thing is up front. It doesn't have that much hit points, and blocking stadium doesn't make that big of an impact, does it? Nah, Icy Wind. You know, when a choice man, that sleep might get it. It's a 2. It's, you know, there's not too much big fun factor in it. So we're gonna give you a 2. It's usable enough, but why? Moving on, Kyogre. You look like you're gonna be in a theme deck. Those terrible theme deck Pokemons. It's been good with Garchomp, but this now, Kyogre. Come on, Swampert, please be in the theme deck and not this. It's one of those. It's a 2. Enough hit points, enough damage. You could make it work. You can do 2-hit GX Pokemons, and that's about that. So, but it's keeping track of what I give 2s to. Feeling, yeah, they're all the same. Manectric. Woo! There's 3. It's a 3, but let's see why. If you have this is like, let's see, was it Swallow? Talonflame. Yes, if you start with this in your hand at the start of your turn, let's see, do you have to go second? Dang it, you have to go second, but it automatically evolves if you go second. And if this is in your hand, boom, drop it down like a basic. Please have a free retreat cost. Free retreat cost! Great with Guzmas and stuff. And yeah, okay, double charge. When you attack, you poke a pretty good amount of damage. And you get 2 basic energies from your hand. Yeah, straight to your bench. So if you're holding up to 3 energies, you can have 3 energies onto a Pokemon, and that can combo. So, fast way to charge lightning Pokemons. Good poke, good, you know. Yeah, you can throw this away. It's only worth 1 prize card. This is good. This has a niche. We're definitely giving it 3. Great fun factor. Very, very good. Moving on. Oh, plus on mine. Let's see what they do. Everybody shuffles. It's a draw. It's a supporter. Everyone does. It's Caress again. Okay, for an energy. And moving on. Discard a card and draw until you have 5 cards. So you're paying a deck space, bench space, and energy to have an extra draw supporter that you won't be able to use those cards until next turn. So I haven't been using any of those. I don't think this has a niche. I'm gonna give it a 1. Because hey, if you do use it, you might find some value, but competitively, there's just better stuff to do than do these. So, no, especially later in the game, no. All right, so nice one, Poke Beach, Oricorio, 9 HP, 1 lightning energy, hurts all GXs, including yours. This is a, well, there's no this here, but yes, it hurts your GXs. For 30! That is a magic number. Drumba is like, yay, please! That triggers, since it hits your GX, it triggers Drumpa's effect. It brings enemies to where Drumpa can get one shot, and Drumpa and Oricorio are gonna be together. And they can combo. Well, I'm gonna give this a 3. It has a niche. It can poke those GXs so that your other Pokemons can KO it. Moving on. Grumpig. Okay, sorry. 1 energy, 10 damage. If your opponent has the same Pokemon name called Tapu Lele or Banana Master, this does, for 1 energy, 80 damage. Choice Man will bring it to 110. And Buzzwole would hate you. Buzzwole's like, oh, why did they have to reprint a counter for me? I mean, his life already sucks. Okay, so you don't have to use Garbodor. This is, solid. 2-shot potential. Any GX, most GXs, we'll put it that way, and very cheap. Yeah, you have a niche. We'll give you a 3. You have a niche. Moving on, Banette. All right, Banette here. It's all about your abilities. Let's see. I already know what this is. When you evolve it, you get to force a basic Pokemon from your enemy's discard onto their bench. So some effects like Empoleon, yeah, worth the 2 to 4 card space to do it? Not really. I wish we just got Pokebuff. Yeah, this is... I don't think so. I don't think this is gonna have value. Might work with Dusknoir. It does have a niche. I don't feel it. I want to give it a 3, but it feels somewhere like a 2. One of those 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'll just give it straight a 2. Moving on. Deoxys. There are 3 Deoxys and they all stink. Actually, one of them is okay. It's this one right here. Hey, look at this, 120, and this is Mewtwo's effect. The regular one we have right now, the original Mewtwo. Here we go, 20 damage plus 20 more for energies on the active. Will this one-shot a Buzzwole with a Choice Man? Yeah, if he's holding 3 energies, which he needs to. So Mewtwo decides to come back as Deoxys with less hit points. Okay, and the damage, that's pretty much there. If you need that, you can replace Mewtwo if Buzzwole's popular with this. The other ones, no, like trash. Or let's see, this is 2. I mean, it's enough, but it's boring. How's this? This might be like a 1. This doesn't even have the stats here. This is just, it goes through the recycle. Moving on, we got Meta-type Medicham, though. This is cool. Okay, so look at the attack right here. If this Pokemon is almost dead, a third of its life left, you can do 170 damage for 2 energies. 170 because it's a plus 10. With Choice Man, with the new DNC Prism Star, it is lethal to a GX Pokemon if it does this. So how do you get to 30? Do I tell you how? Or do I save it to when I do the deck in August? I'll save it. There's a combo to do it reliably. We're gonna, when this video comes, we're gonna have a bit of fun one-shotting GX Pokemon comes out. Moving on, Claydoi. Here, now this is similar. Hey, 1 double colors energy, 1 energy, and for every supporter called Steven's Decision in the discard pile, you get up to 4. It does 160. Ooh, that's very, very, very close. And your fighting type, you can boost it with Diancie, with Choice Man. And it's going to be lethal if all 4 are there. Yeah, with an expanded, easy. You can have a very cheap 1-hit KO. In standard, a little much tougher. Actually, not so much. You can Steven supporter. You can Steven all the other Stevens. And then discard them all with maybe Ultra Balls and stuff. It'd definitely be a bit tough. So without the battle compressor, but we will see. So we'll give you a 3. We're gonna give you a 3. By the way, what did we give you? You get a 3 too. But you both can earn yourself into a 4. Moving on. Hey, another Regirock or in this case, Reggie-Granola. You have a 2. I mean, your stats are just good enough to 2-shot, but there's nothing special about you. 2. Born. Use 3s. Anything with a 3 above is fun. There's no fun factor. Groudon. You look like Theme Deck trash. It's another 2. Stats. Yeah, you can make it work. Is there anything special about it that makes it unique? No. Discard energy from this Pokemon has a penalty too. Yeah, it looks like one of those things that comes out of Theme Deck. It's like, oh yay, it's a legendary. Why couldn't you be a GX? Alright, moving on. Minior. Ooh, anything with red text, you know, kind of makes you look. Hey, Starfall when you play this from your hand and put it onto your bench. You can, like Tapu Koko, switch it immediately and attack for 30 damage. Ignores resistance and weakness and stuff, so no cheesing a Zoroark. It might probably a 2. It can 2 shots with a lot of health. Choice Band, DNC Prism Star. That brings it to then it needs a strong energy, which is rotated now. Or Professor Kukui. We're gonna give it a 2 for safety. For safety. It could do 80 easily, but I don't see the thing with this. Might be able to do something, but the damage is low. And I've worked with the Valiant and I know, man, those are tough to do. What's the eye falling out? This one looks a little sad right here. Moving on, Beldum. Metagross. Let me see the Beldum is anything cool. Oh, that sucks. That is... yeah, it'll be usable. Metagross! Alright, ability. If you play Steven's energy mismatch. If you play, if you have this up, you can play Steven's Decision. Get 3 of anything you want. And your turn does not end. So if you don't know what Steven's Decision is, we'll jump to it, but that's what it does. Steven's Decision, look for any 3 cards. Very powerful supporter, but your turn ends. Now this, yeah, your turn doesn't end. Keep on playing. Use those cards immediately. So basically, you will be running Steven's Decision with this deck. And not only that, let's take a look. Meteor Mash, 1 energy, 60. Next turn, 120. It doesn't keep scaling. We have attacks like these. Alright, good energy cost. Pretty tanky, hard to KO. Can't use Choice Band to get this. Resistance is pretty decent. Actually, if you're playing Necrozma, but Necrozma won't like you. Actually, the resistance will still be enough to... No, but you have 2 shots. I think it's a 3. It's doable. It is doable. Damage is kind of... with Choice Band's a 2-shot. Okay, it's a 2-shot stage 2, but it may be reliable enough. Garchomp right now, 1-shots. This thing 2s. I don't know if there's anything that can push it higher. Garchomp may still be, a lot better than this. So well, for now, it definitely is usable enough. And there might be a bit of fun factor, so I'll give it a 3. Might fall back to a 2 though, because of the lower damage potential. Moving on, Registeel. Hey, DC compatible. Has a good shielding, 140, very tanky. And if the enemy has an ability, which is a hit or miss, that reliability factor hurts. Then it's a 2-shot. With a Choice Band, maybe a... actually, yeah, it's hard to 2-shot with this. If this is going to be a 2. There's nothing truly, really, really special about it. It just has enough stats to get by. More or less than the other 2s that we've given over the video. Moving on, Jirachi Prism Star. Now, they screwed this Prism Star up because, well, the chances is low. If this is in your prize card, 10% chance, then you get to win the game faster. Basically, you'll have 5 prize cards to win instead of 6. There's not a reliable way to throw this into the to there. Yes, there's the Rotom decks, but it's not reliable. The chances are low. It may not be even worth your deck space to have it in. So, but you can hey, out of 10 games, I think this is a 1. I think this is a 1. Reliability factor is pretty bad. Unless there's the new cards like, hey, put this in your prize card. Then everybody would play this in their deck. So, they gotta have balance. Moving on. Celesteela. 160 damage. So expensive. There's actually no penalty though. However, if both players' prize card is 6, you guys been trading with GX Pokemons and stuff, it can cost 1 energy. Then give it a choice, man, and Ultra Necrozma Basic GX will go down 1 single hit for 1 energy. And it is going to be worth it. It would be worth it. I think Steelix and, let's see. Yeah, Steelix as, what's that? That new Ultra Beast. Naganadel would love this. Big time. Definitely could be an upgrade to that. Moving on, Kartana. At the start of the game for 2 energies, you could do 2-hit KO. Then at the middle of the game, it's absolutely useless. This is like a 1. Because you can kind of use it. It's almost trash, but if you don't get it at the start of the game, and yeah, I would not put it in any of my decks. But barely usable if you try, so that gets a 1. Moving on, Stack GX. I like to say that. Stack. Don't say it in a weird way, buddy. Stack. Move, stop it. Naganadel would really love this. Because if there's one of these on the bench, it is shielded by 10. And Naganadel to KO it, you need a 220 attack. So your choice bands. There are a lot of Pokemons with 180 like Necrozma. And with the choice band, it's like, yeah, I have enough to KO it. Now, nope. With 1, and definitely for sure 2, it's going to be very hard to do one-shot the Naganadel. Now you can abuse Max Potions, Acerola, and play the tank game. It was made specifically for Naganadel GX. You have a 3, you have a definite niche, and you would not be fighting. Really? Let's see, there's more damage for, Naganadel can do this. Strong attack. The more prize cards you've taken, the more damage it does. For Naganadel, yeah, this is great. Let's see, could the Dawnwing Decimate Necros, I wouldn't mind having this too. Having these two on the bench. That's pretty good as a niche. I like it. It's gonna have a 3. It might be a 4. Even 5 because this is gonna be it's a 5. In those decks, you really should have this in there. You are a 5 because of your support, the way that it changes the game's momentum. Your Pokemon that would have died will not die. 5. Truly. Okay, so Altaria GX, 200 HP. You are a stage 1, but you have a really annoying attack. Bright Toe, 50 damage during the next turn. The strongest cards cannot hurt it. Boy, is that gonna be annoying. You're already a 4 for that, so anything that's immune to EX and GX. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to stop messing with people. Moving on, and you know what I'm saying. Then 200 damage. Here, I'm sorry, 2-shot KO. Reasonable enough. It pierces through everything. This is enough to KO the Alolan Ninetales, which normally GX Pokemons get hurt at. So you want a Alolan Ninetales? Psh. Okay, so I think this is pretty. It's okay. This first attack looks like it could definitely cheese. You can definitely with let's see, that's a new card. The Baby Altaria combos. So you can 2-hit with this Pokemon. I like it a lot. This is easily a 4. Easily a 4. Let's take it right now, and I will mess up. It will really punch a hole in the metal if we had this right now. Moving on! Salamence. Where's the Salamence here? Okay, there's the Salamence GX coming, but there's a baby baby Salamence. It has Lysander's effect if this is up front. Dang it! If it's up front, you can switch any Pokemon you want to up front. You don't see the GX, but there's a combo with this where you could just, it has free retreat. You retreat into the Salamence and KO whatever. Would you put this into your Salamence decks? Probably. It's a free Guzma. Other than that, its stats for fighting is just... It's too expensive for a 100 damage, for barely a 2-hit KO. It's mainly here for the ability and for Salamence. Hey, you got the Ultra Prism energy. That's what I call it. So-called Super Boost energy, which the other Salamence is going to take. It's all about the other Salamence, so wait for we took a look at that. Alright, 2 Prism Stars that are both Dragon, but they don't work together. Moving on, let's take a look. So, wait, what do I give you? I think it does have a niche. I'm going to give you a 3. I want to make sure I rate everything. 3. Moving on, Latios Prism Star. What do you do? Is this the basic version? Okay, Latias is the one that helps the basic dragon Pokemon. Attach your basic energy to all your basic dragon Pokemon from the discard. So you want to use it towards the middle of the game. The poke is, enough to make a big attack that follows up good. And the energies, hey, you can have 5 energies. It's basic dragons. Yeah. So a certain Rayquaza wants this. It definitely has a niche. So we'll give it a 3. How good is this combo? The niche is usable for sure. Energy acceleration, yeah. This is a 3. Although the stats, you don't look like a Prism Star. But moving on, 140. Now this helps evolve dragons. If you have a lot of evolved dragons, stage 2s aren't too difficult. This deck would definitely benefit from this. This is stage 1 dragon. And if you have enough of them, like 5, even 4 with a choice band, I'm sorry, your Latios. For DCE, you can get a one-shot KO. 54 for every evolved dragon. Oh man, I wish Mew wasn't leaving so we could just clone this attack over and over. Wait a minute, we have more shadow. Wait, you don't go to the prize card. You go this card. You go for the lasso. That sucks. For those dragon decks, it's a 5. You would always want this card in those evolved dragon decks, especially Altaria. There are probably other ones too, but Altaria would love this. Yeah, moving on. Dragon Rayquaza. Yeah, okay, this one's If you compare it to Tapu Bulu, let's talk about it first. 180 equal to Tapu Bulu. Ability is Storm and Stress. When you play to your bench, you can discard 3 cards. Okay, And if any of them are energies, if you're lucky, you get to attach this to the Pokemon. It can even happen on your bench. That's a shot in the dark. Likely, I would say maybe you can get 1. If you have let's see. What's that card? What's it called? Mallow. Mallow's like, well, now you can for sure get 2 if you can really combo that. Then then you could actually have 2 energies up. But overall, I don't see this ability being very reliable. We will see. You may not ever activate it. Unless you're desperate. Dragon Break! For every energy, Grass and Lightning energy, Vicvolt's like, I love Grass and Lightning. Put me in the deck. And then the other Latios that we talked about was like, oh, you're a basic dragon. Yeah, there's a combo with it. For every one of those basic, right? Oh, it's basic. No counter energies. It does the 30 more damage. So you're going to need 6 energies wherever those 6 energies are. It can be attached to any of your Pokemons. But 3 has to be here, so at least 90. More on the bench? Yeah, 180 with Choice Band, 1 at KO, but you have to get 6 energies. Bulu says just give me 3. It's going to discard them all, but the activation cost of Tapu Bulu GX is easier. It probably maybe be even in this deck as well. Start off with Bulu, then midway in the fight, use this Latios. Yeah, that only works on basic dragons. Dang it. The activation cost for a one-shot KO is much, much higher. That's why we're like, I don't know you be there with Bulu. However, you'd definitely be fun to play off. Can't give you a 4 yet. Bulu's a 4. It's much more reliable. This one's not as reliable due to the bigger, heavier energy cost. But we can pull it off for a few games. 3. Moving on. Pelipper. I did use you in my playthrough, but you have no love. It just has enough to 2-shot, but it's pretty boring. We'll give you a 2. We're giving you a 2. Moving on. Lao Exploud. Ooh, stage 2. But come on, give me some good stuff. The second attack. 80 plus 30 to all the enemy's bench Pokemon that is hurt. So you're gonna need like a Coco or something. It's like Coco the ball. Boom! And then now, if you can keep 3 energies consistently going on this Exploud, it's colorless. So who can help with that? We'll have to think with that. It's probably a tough one. There is a fun factor to it. It doesn't look good. It looks more towards a 2, but there's a fun factor, so I'm going to give it a 3. We'll do it for one time, and then that's that. It's going to fall into the 2-2 section. All right, moving on. Delicate. First Seeker is back in a more expensive version. This eats up its bench space. When you evolve it, you get 2 supporters from the discard. and put it to your hand. And you'll be able to play one of those immediately, like a Verseeker, but it costs bench space, probably 4 deck space minimal. Just add supporters or Pal Pad, much easier. I think this is like a 1 to a 2. I don't think this can see any play. We're gonna give it a 1, unfortunately, even though the effect happens to be really good. I would just use Pal Pad and, you know, add the right amount of supporters you need. However, you know, it could be useful. But somewhere down there between, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it. Moving on, Kecleon. It has this specific unit energy, Lightning, Psychic, and Metal. It becomes Lightning, Psychic, Metal. And for 3 energies with a choice, man, you can get 1-shot KO. So this could be very scary. Let's see, who's afraid of Lightning? Ho-Oh, bunch of birds. Lightning's not that strong right now. Psychic, Buzzwall's like, oh, I hate you. Fairy decks. Those, like, other than the Buzzwall, the other ones are less valuable. So maybe who would actually use this? Well, you have to have one of these decks. You know, have to have this energy. So you have a fun factor to you. You can get 1-shots. I'm gonna give you 3. You have a niche. Give me a 3. All right, moving on. Crisis Potion. If your Pokemon exactly has 30 hit points, you can heal about half its life for a GX or more. Otherwise, it is dead weight in your deck. I'll give it a 2. 1 or 2, one or the other. It might be closer to 1. I think the condition is just too hard. The condition, it seems really, really rough.Moving on. Acrobike. Hey, you got reprinted. This was a very good deck dinner for certain cheesy decks that just had to thin. I think the new order pad's better, but you know, this has been a good staple for certain decks. We'll give you a 3. You have a niche, but you won't be in every deck nowadays. I think order pad has replaced you. Moving on. Ultra Ball, Rare Candy, those are staples, switches, catchers. So all the staples have been on the game forever. They're all here. Choice Band got reprinted. I was sort of hoping this might go away, but that's fine. Tool Brush, Hustle Belt. Oh, this is new. It makes those really weak Pokemons can hit really hard. If your Pokemon has 30 HP or less, like a Magikarp, or like that Metacham up front, you can do 60 more damage. And for sure that Metacham is going to delete something. Although Choice Band's more reliable. Very specific deck has a niche. 3 because of the niche. Alright, so we'll be able to make some silly decks with this in the future. Moving on, Steven's Decision. Remember Metagross? You look your deck for any 3 cards, those exact 3 cards, rare candies, Guzmas, whatever you like, counter catchers, energies, and then you put them to your hand. Then your turn ends. You can't attack, you can't play any of those cards you got. Yeah, that is you're not gonna want it in every deck. For Metagross, yeah, for that one Claydoy, yeah. Maybe you want open one to start the game up with. Then your turn ends. So, and then it can get countered by next turn with you know, and the end is gonna be gone, but there will be things like Ilima and Judge. So, this little last Texas thing is killing it, but it has a niche, so we'll give it a 3. Certain specific decks to use it. Fisherman. Okay, hi there, my old man. It's still here. I don't know. Very specific decks can use this. Very, very specific. I hope Energy Retrieval, because it's just better than this. It has a niche. I would never put that in my deck right now, but it's okay. Just let it be there. We'll give it a 3 for safety. How? Draw any 3 cards. Nobody uses this, because Lily is just generally better. So moving on. This might be like a 2. I don't know how. You're not that bad, but moving on. Titan Liza. Who are you? I don't remember from the game. You know what? Maybe I do. You randomly battled you. Don't focus on the card. What does it do? Shauna. Shuffle your hand, draw 5 cards. Okay. Or you can switch. You know, if you really, really need that switch, yeah. Would I put one of these in every single one of my decks? Yes, at least one. Yeah, because hey, you do need new draw supporters. I mean, the big ones are going away. This one's not so bad. 5 cards instead of 6 from Cynthia. But once you max out your Cynthia, you can have this and have the extra utility if for emergency switch. And there are times where I really, really wish I had a switch, and this is a support to do it. Yeah! I will put one of these in every single deck. 5 for sure. Lily, we have this. You're 5. I mean, next expansion, you'll be a 5 for sure, because you're going to every single deck. Moving on. Oh, this might be a 1 or a 0. You look for 2 Prism Star cards, which are all basic, which you can just use a Nest Ball. And if it's not a Nest Ball, then what is it? A supporter that you can't play till next turn, that you would lay that. There's no niche here. I would recycle these. I will recycle this. This is a 0. Moving on. Commandment Shrine. Stadium. Between turns, all GX Pokemons and EX are poisoned. They take a damage. No matter where it is. Bench. This is the thing that is going to make a lot of fun gimmicky decks. Very, very good to play. You GX Pokemons are in trouble. You GX Pokemons are in trouble. The what you can combo this with, I'm going to be excited because I like to make silly decks, and I already see it. Man, if my Vivillon had this, it's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, even the tech as terrible as that would work. That's not the best, that's like one of the worst combos in. Eradicate. Ooh. Easy 2 shots. Certain decks, even 1 shot. Yeah! Oh, this is gonna make GX Pokemon's cry. 3 for now. But in my heart, this is a 5. This is going every deck. But in my heart, I love this. It's gonna make deck making those fun decks much easier. Moving on, Sky Pillar, Mr. Mime has now been replaced with a Stadium. It's better. I hate, countering stuff on the bench. Now replacing a Stadium, it's more flexible. Yeah, it blocks all bench damage everywhere. So you can't have bench damage and use this, and it doesn't work like that. So it has a niche. We're gonna give it a 3. Blocks bench damage. Moving on, Steve is. Oh. Hey, we're done with one part. Do we have more to go? Yeah, let me get a swig of water. So this is the Japanese set charisma of the Rex Skies. Once again, if you like to look at these for yourselves, definitely they're in the description. Maybe you can find something else for it. Moving on, we are now going to go to Champions Road, which there's not too many good cards in this expansion, unfortunately. But moving on, let's take a look. Here we go. First card, Victory Bell. Starting off with the grass. It has the Lysander effect. Flip a coin. Then you choose a bench Pokemon, switch it. Which is great, but you have supporters to do this. You don't need a stage 2. And all it has is just mediocre stats. We're giving you a 2. It's doable, but you would never really want to ever do it. You have Guzma. Moving on, Scyther. There's a... What are we talking about, Scyther? Scyther does have a good move. You can look for 2 more Scythers and put them into your bench, assuming your opponent has a slow start. If your opponent goes first, there's a good chance Scyther isn't going to live. You may not want to invest the energy to do this. But if it does live, yeah, this is a good opening move. Because Scissors GX is coming. Moving on. Ariados. 1 energy, 20. 50 more for every special condition. Is there a gimmick you can pull off? Yes. We're going to only do it 1 time. And that's it. It expanded much, much easier. And you can one-shot GX Pokemon with this. It's a 1-time gimmick. We'll do it once. And then we'll put it away forever. There is a small fun factor, so I'll give it a 3. Very, very small. It's a 1-time deck deal. Moving on, Cacturn. Oh. Enough hit points. Anybody that attacks you, the poison. Very low damage for a very high energy cost. I would not even want to play you. Do you have enough to get by? I'm going to give you a 1, man. I don't want to deal with low damage decks again. 1. Moving on. The new Barbecue Master. Ability Smooth Over. Once during your turn, look for anything. Draw a supporter, rare candy, Ultra Ball, and it's gonna go to the top of your deck. And if you have Banana Master, you might be able to pull that card right away. Or, you know, Zoroark. You might be worth that bench space. Smooth Over looks like something that's really good. So, you have a niche. We'll put you for 3 for now. I might start putting you in all my decks, but we will see. I have high hopes for you. I have high hopes. Very, very high hopes. Moving on. Blaziken. The baby Blaziken. You know how the other one discard energies? This one gives you energies from your discard, but to your bench. Ow. Ow. From your bench. But, you know, free energies per turn is always good. It definitely has niche. You're already at 3 for that ability. And you can kind of fight. And you can evolve into a GX. Well, your other brothers can, so 3. Do we even care about this combat stats? You could fight, give it a choice band, does 2 shots. It also discards energy, but peppers the bench for 20. You probably shouldn't be trying to fight all out with this, you know, combo with the GX. It makes more sense like that, so you definitely have a niche already. 3. Articuno! Oh, they gimped you, my friend. And your legendary bird, 170. Now this is Tapu Koko's GX ability. When you play it to your hand, you get to switch and bring water energies anywhere you want, anywhere they are, and then put it onto your attach to Articuno. It's starting to slow down, man. Tapu Koko, it's the same thing, but it doesn't have Tapu Koko's GX. Tapu Koko has a lethal one-shot kill. This GX is like, oh, you can discard energies from both Articuno, so you lose the water energy. And they lose all their energies, which hopefully is more than 1. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Why can't I have a one-shot kill? And the damage stats are almost the same. So it's a bad water Tapu Koko GX. I want to give this a 2. It does have 2 shots though. And you can, you know, conserve energies off maybe a Pokemon that's about to die. Switch it in, so it might have a very, very small niche. We'll see. It might save the day for you one day. So we'll give it a 3 for now. And the bad... Actually, that one was Swampert. This one's for Alligator. This for Alligator sucks. It has 2, but why? It does no damage. It does 10. 20 for every water energy in your discard. Then it resets and all your water energies go back. So maybe like a one-time deal. It's hard to get this into a one-shot. You need like every water energy in your discard to do this. And then it resets. Now if this thing didn't reset, then maybe we could give it a 3, but this is like terrible. Let's give it like a 1 or 2. You wouldn't even touch this card. Moving on, Lotad, Lombre, and Ludicolo. Alright, Ludicolo. Swing Dance, get 1 free card. Alone slash already does this. The thing is, it can fight. It's like a weaker Empoleon. Yeah, 70 plus 10 for every Pokemon in play. The scaling is not as good as Empoleon. In fact, with a total full bench, Empoleon would beat a little bit. So, it's doable enough. It does have the extra draw to make it more consistent. I hope you're liking the theme deck instead of those something else. We'll give it a... We can make it do it once. It has a slight fun factor at 3. Hey, Ludicolo, go out and beat some GX Pokemons for 1 game. Yeah, that's the deal. Electro GX. You give your opponent 2 prize cards. Ow! Ow! That's a lot. 2 prize cards. Where? Yeah, that's the ability. You knock it out. Counts as knocking out. Ow! And then if you do, you get the 5 energies cards. Don't matter if they're lightning, don't matter if they're special, any color, and put them onto your Pokemon. Not EX and GX. So basic GX decks don't care. The ones that evolve and have not yet become a GX, or just non-GX decks, they will work. They will work. It is a big price, but by this point, and when you activate that, you will not have to worry about attaching energies for the rest of the game. Practically, something around that. So it does open up big combos. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give 3. It will make some gimmick decks work, but for a staple, I'm not sure. It has a niche. And I think I could make some fun decks that would never work. Yeah! Boom! You can do this in 3 Pokemons. 3 gift Pokemons are all ready to go. Moving on. Lantern, 110. It has an automatic XP share. When some Pokemon knocks out, you get to take any energy. And it'll also use lightning, so only lightning decks. And it has a 2-hit KO. Yeah, 2-hit. If you discard all energies, then it's, well, if you're not gonna live, 170. I mean, sorry, 140. And then maybe the next book would help knock out. I really wouldn't put this in my deck. But, you know, it could help. It might be a free, eventually it is a free 2-hit KO Pokemon. So, you could pull it off. And you have 2 of them, you know. It could help with maybe Raichu deck, yeah. I'll give it a 3. There's a small fun factor to it. The Lantern out of nowhere comes out and helps those Raichus? Yeah, it's an ability! We'll see. We'll see about you. So, moving on. Mr. Mime GX. What do? Magic evens. If the enemy has an attack that's an even, at least the first number is even, Mr. Mime isn't hurt. Yay! It definitely looks gimmicky in the damage. Breakdown, if your opponent, you know, depending on how many cards they're holding, it does that much damage to the enemy. That is low damage. Very low. It's going to take you a long time to win the game with Mr. Mime. He might be kind of like a wall, but to do damage with that, I don't think so. Still has a niche. We'll give it a 3. Might be somewhere down to a 2 though, because the no damage thing. But there are some Pokemon that attack and retreat immediately, and that might be the thing you might do with this. Like the new Dawn fan coming. Moving on, Swellet. Let me take a look. HP, damage. This is like a 2 or even a 1. It's like it has enough stats. You could make it work, but there's nothing exciting that makes it fun for a 3. So we'll give it a 2 for now. Lunatone. Uh-oh, I didn't like this one. If you have a Solrock, fire Pokemons have no abilities. So 2 bench space is taken up, and it only works against fire decks. Only fire decks. This is a fire meta? No. Almost worthless. We'll give it a 2 because maybe one day fire decks may dominate, and they need ability. Like Blaziken. Very little chance right now. So when Solrock, hey, all your Lunatones can have 130 HP. Woo, that's pretty tanky. How much damage you do? 110? You have no damage. Why am I fighting with this? Why was it made this way? I think most of the cards are like 1 to 0s, but yeah. Moving on, Choupette and Banette GX. This is one of the lowest for a GX Pokemon's a Stage 1 GX. Because basic GX like Dullwing Necrozma. Or yeah, any of those Necrozmas. 190 is like, well, you know, I'm a ghost. We know we're not really tough. Ability, if this is in your active. This would be great if it was on the bench, but if it's in your active, you get to move a damage counter around. Oh, okay, cool. Something like Drama would like this. Yeah. Okay, the ability isn't that great. We'll just put it that way. 10 damage somewhere. Maybe. And Shadow Chance 30. And 10 more for every supporter in your discard. Up to 130. Oh, that's pretty good value. But you're not going to be able to charge this immediately. You're going to need this over the course of the game. So, the numbers are tuned very low for this. And there's a big delay. At 200, you get to put 3 cards from your discard back to your hand. Very specific. But, you know, maybe late game, you might want to do that. So, you can tell this is like a... I don't know about Buzzwole, but Zoroark would kind of like this. Why is that? I'm weak to fighting Pokemons. Help Zoroark's like, help me. Oh, I'm resistant to fighting. And I only need 1 energy, and then I can delete your Buzzwoles and stuff for you. Yeah, that becomes, you know, it can help fight those Lycanrocs and Lucarios and stuff. So for Zoroark, it's like, let's be good buddies. You want supporters in the discard? I'll chuck all of them out of the deck for you. So pretty much for Zoroark, it has a niche. We'll give it a 3. Other than that, I don't think I'll see this much though. I won't see him much. Donphan! Speak of him! Yeah, Mr. Mime? Does 50 damage. 70 with the Prism Star, and Choice Band 100 damage. Then you can switch. Wait, no. Oops, I'm wrong. My opponent switches, not me. Never mind. This is like doable for. There's no fun factor in it. We'll give it a 2. But enough stats to barely be doable. Tyrannodar, are you actually in this deck? There you are. Sneasel! Okay, let's take a look at this. Beat up 2 energies. Flip a coin for every of your Pokemon. 6. So there's 6 for every coin flip, and then it barely is a 2-hit KO for 2 energies for 60. There's no fun in it. It's a 2. It is a 2, but you can't 2-hit KO. You have to be lucky, have Victini and stuff, but it's a 2. Enough to get, do something, but it dies next turn. Moving on, Tyrannodar. Woo, trample. For every Pokemon in play, flip a coin, and if heads, it does 60. So you can wreck your own Pokemon's bench, but it does a lot of bench damage. Costs too much energies. There is a fun factor, but the difficulty of this Pokemon is like really, really hard. You'll never see this other than for one deck, and maybe that deck might not even. Ooh. Mr. Mime's gonna be gone too. And the new stadium is blocks, saves your opponent as well. You're like a. I might even try this. It's like a 2. This looks energy cost. The penalty. Moving on. Sableye, Excavate. Look at next card. It's good. Leave it. Or you want to discard, you can trash it. Worth the bench space over Banana Master. It has an ability. It is useful. It may have a niche. But I don't see that niche yet. Keep it in my closet until one day I'm like, oh, there is definitely a Sableye thing that really is worth that bench space. Moving on, Steelix. Whoa, what's that hit point? Wow, that's almost like Wildlord. Great energy cost. Is this a 2-hit KO? Yeah, flip a coin. If you don't even need a choice band here. One of those are heads. Let's see, 120 plus 80, that's 200. Okay, you may need that choice band. 2-hit KO and this? Oh, yeah, we're going to have some fun with you. You are at least a 3. You have a fun factor. Better than those boring 2s because of that big HP you got. Yeah, you'll definitely live. Yeah, you'll be a survivor. Alright, so why can't the others have stats like that? Moving on. Scissors! It's going to be a 4. Let's take a look. This is the base HP for stage 1. If it has less than 100 hit points, half its life, it does 80 more damage. Which with a choice band, lethal damage. Because then that does 160 with choice band, 190. Ooh, basic GX are gonna not like this. Delmise, I'm not sure if Delmise is being rotated. But Delmise would be able to push that to a one-shot on stage 1 as well. And it shields itself by 30 every time it attacks. So you can kind of add that to its own hit points. It combos with the ability. It is doable. It is very easily doable. We'll give it a 4 for now. We'll give it a 4. I'm not sure if it's be really meta, but it looks very annoying to deal with. It's like, hey, you hit this really hard, you can't finish it off, and it counters one-shots you. Yeah. So I like this a lot. So the Crosscut GX, if the enemies evolve Pokemon, and you got one-shot KO. Good enough. You have good enough to work. Very easily to make this work if I had this right now. Moving on, Mawile. Uh-oh. It's like I'm sure it's trash. It's 2. Stats aren't there. Stats are doing very horribly for this. It's like 1 to... We'll give it a 0. Moving on. You saw the baby one. Now here's the GX one. Best HP in the game, tying with a bunch of others. Every Pokemon that's not a GX Pokemon, like its baby form, has free retreat. So when one of your Pokemon goes down, send the baby one up front. Do the little free switch. Alright, and it has a normal one-hit KO attack. Not a GX, one-hit KO. You discard 2 energies, so you'll have to have another DC next turn. Or just somehow attach those 2 backs to able to consecutively fire. Now, if you kill 2 GX Pokemons with this, because his HP is so tanky, it is worth it. It is worth it. You're almost gonna be, be able to win the game. Maybe Latios can finish the game off, something like that. Yeah, reliably is really low in this though, because of the energy cost and stuff. Even with the new Dragon Tech that we have here, yeah. I'm gonna give it a 3 because the reliability factor is making this hard. All right, moving on. However, it's definitely fun. I think I can pull out for a couple of matches, but to be a staple, we'll see. I hope I'm wrong with this, but the energy, if you can make that, stage 1 and that big energy cost work. Gardevoir, stuff like that has, built-in mechanics with energies. This does not, so we will see. Kangaskhan, I like those 2 or 1. I wouldn't even give you a 0. I would never use this card. Dunsparce, about the same Ho-Oh. Let me read it to you. For every different type of basic energies you have, it does 30 more damage. Attached to this, all of it on a weak Pokemon that can easily go down and all those energies would disappear. Could you pull it off for 1 video and knock out a GX? Maybe knock out 2 GX. It's a gimmick, but it's a doable gimmick. We're gonna do it for 1 video, and that's about that. I'm gonna give you a 3. There's a fun factor to it, and there's a way to pull this off. I'll show you when the time comes. Moving on, here we go. Slacking ability lockdown, as long as this is up front, not on your bench, up front. Your opponents have no abilities, no Banana Master, no Lele's, none of that. Oh, you're pretty tanky. You're stage 2. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Moving on, it does have, hey, 160. Choice Band. Lethal. And you only discard 1 energy. Hey, I'll just attach another energy next turn. DCE, easy to charge up, and can't attack next turn. But with your own, with like Dawnwing the Crossman, which is switch card. You just need a switch card and a free retreat Pokemon, and this thing can attack again. Fun factor to you. Fun factor. It can definitely work for a few games, and I might put it away. So that's about that. Okay, moving on. Energy recycling. Oh yeah, Surprise getting rotated. You have to use this now. You have to have this and the rescue stretcher, unless you have enough energies and you don't need that. So you know what? I would just use maybe an energy retrieval. We'll see. Would you put this in your deck? Probably somewhere between a 4 and a 5. Maybe it might be a staple, maybe not. Energy switch. We still don't use this, even though this is a really good. I should start using this more. It's been in here. We already have this. Rare key. I wish there was a de-illusion spray. We already have this. We already saw this. Life Herb, flip a coin. Might not work, but if it heads, it's a super potion and heals everything. Basically, it's Professor Pokemon Center Lady, Nurse Joy. That's the item with a half chance. I'm gonna rate this a. I probably would never ever use this. Probably a 2, but for a gimmick deck, I'd pull it out. But I would put there Friend Ball. I think it's like a 0. Search your deck for the same type, like Lele or something, and then put it into your hand and play. Or then you might be able to play it. So the same type. We have Banana Master and Lele that will always match, and it works specifically for that. But you could use Death Ball and Ultra Ball. It's not worth the deck space. I would give it a 0. I would never put it in my deck. Pokemon Nav. Look at the next 3 cards. Very small. And then it has to be a Pokemon energy. Put it into your hand. I would use Order Pad or even Acrobike. I don't think this is a good thinner. I put around a 1 to a 0. Moving on. Switch. We have. This has been in the game since the dawn of time. Lure Ball. Flip 3 coins. Zip 2 like Timer Ball. The trick is it's coming from your discard, which may not be there at the start of the game. Dead weight at the start of the game. And maybe even midway in. It's not as reliable as like maybe Rescue Stretcher even, or let's see, what's that? Timer Ball. Yeah. I don't think I put it in my deck. I may put 1. but the reliability is worse than the other ones that we have right now. Underground Expedition, look at the bottom 4 cards, pick 2, and put in your hand. So you have to get kind of lucky. Would you play this over like Shauna, which the new Shauna, which I do not remember what those 2 girls were called, or Cynthia? No, I would not put it into my deck. It's just a reprint of weaker supporters. TV Reporter, draw 3 cards and discard 1 card. It's like bad Tierno unless you really want this card. Okay, then nope. Apricot Maker, look for 2 Pokeballs, Ultra Balls and stuff. Okay, then you put them into your hand. It actually is useful. And actually, yeah, you can combo with Banana Master. It's a nice super thinner. I might like this. I kinda like this. Yeah, I'll give you a 3. I think I would try. I want to try to using this in my deck. It seems very useful. It would shrink my hand dramatically, combo with Banana Master, and help my Pokemon evolve. It's a thinner. Moving on. Bills, maintenance. If you can shuffle 1 card, then draw 3 cards. So instead of discarding, 1 of the cards disappear from your hand, and you get 3 more. Kind of like a Tierno. I keep saying Tierno, but how? Except you get less cards in your hands. It's okay. I still think I'll ever play it 1 or 2. Moving on, Copycat. Hey there! If you draw, you shuffle your hand, and draw as many as your opponent's hand. Do they always have a big hand, or may they have nothing in their hand? This has been in the meta. Never played. 1 or 2. Moving on, Rainbow. Oh, okay. It's that chicken nugget. So that is that. Oh, you still here? Long expansion overview. So this is coming. These 2 are coming into September. Then a month later we get Dragonstorm, but we'll do that another time. We will do Dragonstorm, but I'll leave this in the link. You can take a look at that. Is the Quagsire here? Yeah, Wylord's like, oh man, I'm not gonna be playable until you come out. Wash out. As long as anytime you want, as many times as you want. Move a water energy from your bench to your active, which combos with Max Potion, Wylord, switching energies around. Super, very, very valuable. It definitely is a 3, but in certain decks, super, super, super good. For any water deck, this ability is A tier amazing. I almost want to give it a 5. I almost want to give this a 5. So we had to look at that because it comboed with something else out there. So we'll leave the rest for later. Actually, why don't we just do it now, man? We have to... It's not that many cards. Alright, a month later, guys. Let's do it. We will get Dragonstorm. It's coming in those special booster pack like Generation. Let's jump into it. Let's finish it off. Here we go. 3 months. Alright, so this is coming the month after August, so September 3rd. 1 month later, we get Charizard. Beloved Blizzard, what happened to Venusaur and Blastoise too? Here we go, what does it do? Resolute Flame. Does 30 damage for every enemy EX and GX. You know, GX are very common. Can you get one-shot KOs? Yeah! Choice Man, easily, 130. It will scale into a one-shot KO and you discard 1 energy. How fire Pokemon like. Too bad Burning Energy is getting rotated. It's a fun gimmick. I hope you're in the theme deck. No, you're not. You can't be. 3. Good for 1 game, then we put you away. Easy to do. Kind of like Tyranitar. Prism Star! Victini. At the very end of the game, when you have lots of fire energies in your discard, you can load it up, sneakily load it up for 1 energy somewhere, and you can get 1-shot KO 1 time in the game. And then the fire energy will all go back to your deck. You get a lethal kill, and would you put this in your fire decks? Maybe. It may not be that worth that 1 deck space. Maybe it can be. Yeah, so at the end of the game, you might have 10 energies in your discard. It's not too hard. Yeah, then with a choice, man, boom. Destroy 1 GX, get a prize card. It has a niche. We'll give it a 3. Depending on the flow of your matches, you may or may not even use it. Moving on. A Darmanitan is this. Oh yeah, it looks You know what? Actually, has a useful first attack. Discard, attach 3 energies from your hand to a Pokemon. It's like an energy accelerator, but from your hands, difficult. You have to use things like, you have to get, usually your deck is tuned to have only 1 or 2 energies in your hand. So, it does no damage either. Seriously, I don't think I'll ever play this. But it seems to have enough. It has some slight value. I'll put it in the closet. I don't think I'll ever pull this one off ever. There's just better things. Moving on, Heatmore. Oh, you're definitely a 2. You are a 2. We could pull you off, but your stats are like, your stats are okay. Your stats are just enough, but you're boring. 2, can't give it a 3 level. Reshiram GX, 180. Woo! Okay, well, no, that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Flame Charge. Look for 2 basic energies. Attach them to this. Ah, if you're going second and you don't expect to die, which for Buzzwole and Necrozma, you will die. Then you'll be able to attack next turn for sure. Almost for sure. Almost for sure. So, it's pretty good for a first attack. Final one. 2-hit KO with a burn. So that's 130. Very, very expensive. But we're more here for the GX. Here's what the GX does. Here, Vermilion. Oh. Hang up on this one for a moment. We forgot about the new item coming. Vermilion GX. 1-shot KO with a Choice Band. You get 2 prize cards. And then you may attach up to 5 energies from your hand to your Pokemon. So, why would you have 5 energies in your hand? Wait up on that, okay? And that means, hey, your Ho-Oh is ready to go. Yeah, you get 2 prize cards. Your next Pokemon is ready. You have a niche. You get a 3. You get a 3. There's a fun fact to you, and we can pull it off. I'll wait this out. Yeah. All right. So, how many prints are you in that? Yeah, up to now. You are very well loved. Burning Circle. 1 energy. The enemy is burnt. The enemy can't attack. You can boost up with Choice Band, and you have a stadium to boost the burn. Okay. Actually, you have a monkey to boost the burn too, and they can't attack. They always have to retreat in order to remove this because it's permanent. Gimmick deck, fun level, yes. 3. Moving on. Horsey. Kingdra GX. You know I'm really a dragon too. Stage 2. 1 energy attacks. You know there's something up with this. It is max potion. No, it's not max potion compatible. Hydro Pump. 50 damage for every water energy attached to this. Can you easily get 4 energies to do a 1-shot KO? Yes. Can you conserve those energies with that Quagsire up there that we talked about? Yes. If I took this to meta right now, could I easily throw some GX Pokemon to the curb? Yes. This GX I have more confident in. The other ones have some big reliability issue. This one, hey, maybe it's stage 2, but I can pull this off. I might want to upgrade that other dragon I saw to a 4 too, but this one's good. So, reverse thrust. Hey, you don't got anything else? You can just run away. Poke it for 30 and then run back. The real attack's the first attack here. Moving on. Maelstrom GX. 40 damage to every of your opponent's Pokemon. Look at all the Ultra Necrozma have that. That's good. I want to say that's good, but that means that you don't have to attach as many energies to do 1-shot KOs. So if you're stuck somehow, you don't have enough energies, do the GX. And then next turn, yes, max potion compatible. Quagsire and this will go very well together. It's doable enough. Very doable. Moving on to Gyarados. Wow. 160 HP. Ability. Now this is one of the very first bad abilities. And wow, look at that mouth, man. I'm sorry, going back. Rift. If this is fighting, and your opponent hurts it, which they will, because they want to kill it, all your Pokemons are wounded. Can you block this? This is ability. So, unless you have a Pokemon that blocks ability damage, like a Machoke. Let me read up on that Machoke again. But it hurts your bench Pokemon. So that kind of stinks. However, the attack is a 2-shot KO. 3 energies. I'm sorry, 1-shot KO. With a Choice Band, Dull Wing Necrozma. Ha! Take this. Boom. So, wait, would this kill the Magikarps? Well, not right away, they wouldn't. But eventually, we'll have to be careful about this. We have to be careful. But for with the Quagsire, yeah, you can pull this off. You can. It looks fun. There's a fun factor to it. You can hit some. Oh yeah, there's that new stadium. There's that new stadium that hurts GX Pokemon. So you combo this with a Choice Band, it can get one-shot kills on GX. Fun factor. Gimmick. Top level gimmick. Oh, Lapras. Hydro Bump. Not the scaling of Kingdra. It's a 2. It's one of those, you know, those boring deck card. You've seen Punisher. It's a 2. Yeah, you can make it work. No fun. No fun. Quagsire. Oh. Oh yeah, we talked about you, didn't you? You're like your ability tier is on like a 5. Yeah. On those water decks. Moving on, Phoebus. If this Pokemon it takes no damage from attacks. Attacks, not abilities. So over 2 attacks, you could die from Gyarados. So and you don't evolve to Gyarados. Milotic. I love Milotic. It's one of my favorite Pokemons. Nostalgia favorites. But this is a 2. Might be even 1. Its damage isn't there. It just always gets bad stats. Wish your GX version, man. Wishy-washy. Ooh. For every you can have up to 4 of these. For every one of these, your GX version gets 20 more and does 20 damage. You need, I think, 3 on the bench. It might be 3 or 4. No, 3 on the bench. And your big wishy-washy GX gets a 2-hit on its first attack. Yeah, it only costs 1 energy. So it does. There's a niche for this. This gimmick deck. It's a gimmick deck. It will work. You can spam Max Potion or Acerola over and over as long as these things live. Yeah, it's a good defensive deck, I think. So we're gonna give it a 3. A 3. This will be a fun to pull off for one video of sorts. Moving on, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. Oh, you look like a Salamence. In stats, big damage, big one-shot KO. No discard. Yeah! So you can focus your resources on checking another Pokemon. Choice Band, one-shot KO, 4 energies. Ouch. So, but if this thing is really tanky, it's hard to take it out. If you could defeat 2 GX Pokemons with this one single Dragonite, it is worth it. Worth it. Can you pull this off? I think it's more of a gimmick deck, but it's doable enough. We're going to give it a 3. The energy cost is the biggest limiting factor here. Yeah, well, why'd you suddenly become water? I thought you wanted grass. All your past friends wanted grass, so that kind of messes the combo up with Vikavolt. Moving on. Flygon. Stage 2, ability. Prevents all effects of, like poison, confusion, those stuff done to your dragons. I wouldn't try to evolve this manually at all. The niche is very small. We're going to give it a 2. As in, I think it'll never see play. There's not even fun factor in this, too. It's getting a 2 because there's no fun factor. But the stats are enough, too, if you wanted to pull it off, yeah. Alright, moving on to Altaria. Look at that face. Moving on, Fight Song. All your Dragon Pokemons do 20 more damage. Boosting certain attacks we've seen before into lethal. Definitely has a niche 3. Certain decks like the Altaria GX, you need that there. Welcome back, my good old friend. I think you might actually have the same stats. Maybe not. I'll have to check on that. But this ability, anything that boosts damage, pushes that one-shot KO limit is great. It's really good. We'll give it a baseline of 3 for now, but certain decks is like, you must have this because it works so well. Moving on, Druddigan, you're 2. We could make you work, but you have nothing that's fun about you. You are no fun. Same thing. Stats, no fun. Moving on. White Kyurem. This is like a better Drampa. If this Pokemon has a damage counter on it, which I think there were some things that could easily do that. I forgot what, though. Could use a stadium or something or like that. Then yeah, then it's exactly Drumpa's effect, except it doesn't depend on a wounded another Pokemon. This thing has to be wounded, so 130. Sorry, 180 damage, HP pretty much, and you have a 2-shot KO with a Choice Band. Now with the Altaria, yeah, that's a 1-shot KO. Energies, it's not double colorless energy compatible. We'll see how hard it is to pull off full fire in the water. It looks more like a 3. It's just much easier to pull off other basic GX that have this sort of similar gimmick, like Ultra Necrozma. This doesn't look as reliable. Yeah, Nova GX. Yeah, put another energy. 1-shot kill. The burn and paralysis will definitely do him in, so at least the burn will. Yeah, you don't even need the paralysis there. So, this little gimmick here, this mixed energy, non-DCO compatible, makes it like, just use Droppa. Okay, moving on. Zygarde. You're definitely straight to a 2. 2. No fun. Exactly like those other 2s. Moving on, Turtonator. You're 2. You're also a 2. You can pull this off. You could if you really wanted to with your best, but the fun factor is a 0. Moving on, Drumpa. 2. Another one? Cool. Hey, Komodo. Alright, Fighting Hand, Lightning, but the energy cost is... You don't need both if you want to focus on one attack. So let's see what it says. 60? Guards by 30? With a Choice Band 2-shot? With Altaria, just 1. Okay, that's 2 hit KOs. With shielding. You can pull it off, but you're still in the 2 zone at this moment. As in no fun, Enrage Uppercut. If this thing is really, really wounded, you can have a lethal hit. Because the combo with Guard Press, now you're fun. Now there's a combo. Now you could make a fun gimmick deck with this. You have to use that new stadium too. 3. There's a fun factor in it. I want to give it a 3. Yeah, moving on. And now we go to the trainers. This is the big one. Flint. Discard 2 cards that you don't need. Put 4 energies into your hand. Now that Darmanitan, that Reshiram has a combo now. It's good. And let's see if there's anything that does anything else that does something similar to that. Yeah, I think those are the only 2. Alright, so Darmanitan, those 2 could have value. You have the Alolan. You have the new Alolan Marowak though. But it combos with Reshiram for sure. So we give it 3. You and Reshiram together, you both need these. Moving on, okay, Aqua Patch, that's reprinted. At least we'll keep this for a while in standard. Moving on, Switch Buoy. Okay, it's a switch. Only works in water. You probably need to switch things like Banana Master 2. Then you heal a very little amount. You switch, it works in everything. Moving on, 0 to 1. 0 to 1. Dragon's Talon! 0 to 1. You know the thing about 2 removals? If you don't get immediate value out of your Choice Band, your Poké Tool, it kind of stings. Field Blower kind of should have been a supporter or something. But because Field Blower is just so strong, things like this, if your Dragon Pokemon's attack, you get to do 30 damage. Just use Choice Band. Never gonna see play. Kiawe! Oh, you got reprinted? Good. It's hard. You only want to do it on turn 1, but it's already here. We don't need to write this. It exists. Blaine's Explosive Battle. If this is the only card in your hand, which gives this rating of a 1 to 0, you can, for every fire Pokemon in play, not Banana Master, not Lele, draw another card. So potentially, you have 6 Pokemon, 12 cards. Yeah, if you can pull it off. With this current, if this was expanded, I could do that. But in standard, I don't think it would easily fit into an engine. We want to give this to see. I don't think I'll never see this be played. It's 1 to 0. Zinnia! If one of your Pokemon died, you can get 2 energies from your hand. You have to be holding them and put them to your Dragon Pokemon. Okay. It costs a supporter. You have to be holding onto 2 energies immediately. Basic energies, and then you can charge it up. The bottleneck is the cost of supporter. That is the biggest hit to Xerneas. So you actually want 3 energies. 1 to attach normally, 2 to do it. So actually works with any dragon Pokemon too. However, maybe with Zoroark it might be okay. The 2 biggest bottlenecks is it costs the supporter and you need the energies in your hand. So that's we're gonna give it 3. It has a niche, but I see difficulty for me pulling this off when I play it myself. All right, but energy acceleration always good. Oh, here we go. Now I'm gonna need Tapu Leles for this. Coconut Master, you can play this when one of your Pokemon is knocked out. Search your deck for any 2 dragon Pokemons, evolved or not. Altaria. Stage 2 dragons. Put them onto your bench. Oh man, if there were good dragons with abilities, maybe from standard or something. This is good. For dragon decks, this is a 5 out of 5. Automatically goes into every dragon deck. Every single dragon deck. Yeah, now there's a reason to put Altaria. You know, it's good. It's good. It's really, really good. Where we go? Vela Volcano Park. Burn Pokemon stay burned. 20 damage between turns. Yeah! For every deck that, well, it makes some fire gimmick decks work really, really nicely. For me, I'm happy. Big fun fact to this. Meta value, I don't know. Gimmick decks, yeah. Devoured Field, we have this. 10 more damage to dragons. Oh, if you're using Dragon Dark, it's okay. It's okay. 10 damage may or may not. Brooklet Hill. And that is it. That is a lot of cards we have reviewed. What's the time on this? How long have I spent talking? I have no idea. Anyways, we have reached the end. We have talked a lot about all new cards coming in Celestial Storm, and the Dragon ones are coming September in expensive booster boxes. So overall, there are a lot of good cards that are very entertaining. There's a lot of junk 2s and 1s there too. So that's Pokemon. I always love to see more fun ones, but that is just how it is. So wrapping it up, thank you, Integrals Differentials. Let's take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.